How's everybody doing this afternoon? It's cold in North Texas. It's in the single digits, and with the wind chill, it's negative. So we're trying to stay bundled up here. I hope you're warm and happy where you are. Quick video today about this this goofball Dapper Dinosaur. A guy calls himself Dapper Dinosaur, and he doesn't show his face. He just talks through an avatar. He's an evolutionism disciple, and like all evolutionism disciples, he's fully in denial of the evolutionism doctrine that says that all life came from rocks. You know, the overarching spiel is that the earth was a swarming molten mass, and that it cooled down after being rained on for millions of years, and this was billions of years ago, and then that rain somehow pooled up in the nooks and crannies of the rocks, and mixing with the chemical properties of the rock suddenly formed cell membranes and became the first single-celled organism, and from there all life evolved, meaning that you are related to a rutabaga or a banana or a chimpanzee or just about anything else on the planet. And whenever confronted with this fact, they'll say, "Oh no, that's not what it teaches. That's not what we believe. It has nothing to do with evolution," because they're just focusing on the observable changes that we know that takes place in nature. It's a design feature by God so that all species have the greatest chance of surviving by being able to adapt to their surroundings and their environment. And it's all planned out. It's like I said, it's a design feature. It's creation. Nothing happens by chance. God's a little whimsical. You've noticed he makes crazy looking creatures, you know. It's his artwork, I guess, you know. Sometimes it's abstract. Anyway, getting back to Dapper Dinosaur, he constantly wants me to come on his channel and debate him on his channel, which will do nothing but give him ad revenue. I don't monetize these, so I don't make any money off of these, and I'm not going to let him make money off of me. Now, he says he won't debate me in the comments, but on any time he's in the comments, he's certainly happy to say thank you, or, you know, chime in with people that agree with him. He's perfectly content to do that, but when he's asked a question that he can't answer, I don't debate in the comments. I don't need to remind him that 2 years ago he came on my channel and held a lengthy debate in the comments. So it's a what day is it kind of thing with him. You know, you pick his position. So I recently asked him a couple of questions that he can't or won't answer. When we were talking about this, all life comes from rocks, and his classic line is that you can't read. You can creationists even word, which is horrible grammar, by the way, son. You need to work on your grammar, turning nouns into verbs foolishly. Anyway, I digress, because I do read. Every article published online giving the evolutionism spiel all refers to this rocks to life scenario. And these people are in complete denial of it because they know how ridiculous it sounds. It sounds completely ludicrous. The complexity of the design. I saw a video not long ago of a miniature of a protein. I can't even, it's above my pay grade, but just the complexity, the design of DNA and fractals and the Mandelbrot set and all the things that we see in creation, they try to explain it away as having happened by random chance. Okay? So in a couple of videos ago, I asked, well, what are the Vegas odds of that happening? What are the chances of all these things falling into line perfectly? Why do creatures evolve the need for a mate in the first place? And then how do they evolve a mate that fits so perfectly outside of their own body or their own existence? And it just doesn't make any sense. It defies the odds. The odds are astronomical. The odds are incomprehensible. But more recently, I asked him a couple of questions. Well, first of all, he said, there are plenty of online articles that show that we don't believe that all life evolved from rocks. I said, well, show me one. Show me one. Give me a link to an online article that says something different than the rock to soup to life, from the goo to the zoo to me and you. And he can't offer up one because it was just a dodge, and he knows that it's not out there. Okay? So here's my question, and the question that I have for all evolutionism disciples this week. I want you to tell me how many, if you say that it's science that we evolved from a single-celled organism, I need you to tell me how you know this. How many transitional creatures have there been between single-celled organism and modern man? Is it billions, trillions? And how do you know how long they lived, how long it took them to transition to the next state, and do you have any record of them? Do you have any evidence of them existing in these different transitional... You start talking about transitional creatures, they'll all say, what about the Archaeopteryx? Which could have been a feathered reptile. It could have been a feathered, just a bird that we don't have anymore in the world. Like the cockatrice, which is clearly mentioned in the Bible, but we don't see it in the world anymore. Well, we don't see dodo birds either, because they went extinct a couple hundred years ago. So, evolutionism disciples, and that's what it is because it's a religion of evolution. How many transitional creatures are there from single-celled organism? I mean, I'm throwing you a bone here. I'm saying that, okay, so we started as single-celled organisms. We didn't, but let's just, for the sake of this discussion, say that we did. How many transitional creatures have there been from single-celled organism to modern man, and what's the timeline like? How long did each one of them live? How do you know that? Okay? Or are you just guessing? I think you're just guessing. And if you're just guessing, guess what? It's not science. It's a religion. You have faith. It's massive faith. You have more faith than some Christians, I imagine. You have faith that everything sprang from nothing. And that takes a lot of faith. So, there it is. I put the challenge to you. Some of you will respond. Most of you will not. Let's see what you do. Show me.